got you all lined up. Okay, hold on. Okay, on the count of 3, open your eyes. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
Oh, look at that at 39. Well, thank you, girls. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Sure, you can do it again. All right.
Okay.
Gifts over here?
Yeah. Those are mine. Those are from Seth. But Mom wrote one.
Good for one Starbucks drink from Sunny. Thank you, sweetheart.
Mom?
Mm.
Do Mom?
Yeah, I'll get more.
Oh, I love it.
You threw it in the air. Was that awesome?
What do we got
It
here?
looks so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh. B-Day video games. One game from junesvideogames.com. What is that? Okay. Just any game in the gaming room. Okay. And take a nap for as long as you like. Okay, I like that one. A massage for 5 minutes. Who's this from, you or Mom?
Me.
All right.
Those are all from me.
Amazing. Thank you. Wow, girls. I'm going to keep all of these in this box. I don't lose them.
But that is so you can just be like, I've got
I'm turning this in. Thank you,
yellow gum. That's like the only time I have I'm gonna do the confetti
No, you go ahead and do the same thing.
Support TJ, that was super cool.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey Daisy, what meal is it? Today I turned 39 years old, and something that I've been thinking about a lot lately and percolating on, I guess, if you will, is this idea that majority of what we see on social media is bullcrap, for lack of a better term. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Or it's like full highlights all the time, 24/7, or it's just like entertainment, which is awesome. Like I love YouTube's probably my favorite platform for entertainment. I watch a ton of channels that are like super entertaining for me and the kids. But I've just been feeling this phrase, this word, I don't know if it's from the Lord or if it's just something that I just can't kick, is this idea of being super honest. I just feel like that's what the Lord has been saying to me over the last few months, is like, be honest, be honest, be honest. And so I haven't really understood it. I've really been saying like, okay, I feel like I'm a pretty honest guy. I don't tell a lot of lies. So what does that look like? What do you mean? And I can't kick this idea that it's going to be videos like this, sort of cataloging like an ordinary life, cataloging the normalness of someone's life, cataloging the frustrations of business right now, cataloging what's it like trying to be a good dad, a good husband, a good follower of Jesus, and run a business, and how all those things sort of intertwine and integrate, and the good and the bad and the and in between. And so I also just love the idea of having a more, how do I put this? Like, I love the idea of having more of my life documented, not just for social media purposes, but there's something so magical that happens to our family when we sit down on Friday night in front of the television after a family meal, and we airplay photos and videos to the screen and our kids get to watch it and stuff. There's just this really magical moment that happens, and I always feel like, man, I don't have very many photos and videos from the week. I would love to have more. And so I'm hoping that a couple of things happen with these videos. One, that I have just more to share with my family. That's kind of one of the primary goals. Two, I hope that it's an honest reflection of like what life looks like, and not just this like massive group of nonstop highlights. And I hope it's entertaining. I hope that you enjoy it. But I just feel like for the next year, from 39 until 40, I'm going to document probably more than I ever have. And I'm interested to see what that looks like. So this is the first one. Here we go, 39.1. Today, normally we make a big deal out of birthdays. Lots of gifts, we go out to eat and stuff like that, but just this year, it's just not in the cards. Like, no gifts. The kids made me some coupons. I told Brooke not to get me anything. And I was like, I would love for us to go out to dinner. I would love for that. That would be really cool. And yes, we could afford it. Like, I'm not saying we're like destitute, but we're really trying to save money. Like, that is like kind of our primary focus. And so I was like, Lord, if you could just like provide a way for us to go out to dinner tonight, that would be really fun. And I would just feel like that would be just like a wink from you or a nod from you that's like, I got you, TJ, keep trusting me. And as I'm sort of thinking about that and talking to the camera about like it just being tight, I get a text from my mom for $50 to go out to dinner. Now she's calling me.
Hey.
Mommy, we can see the knee.
Go!
So one thing I'm doing this week is there's this new Amazon program where you can review products. You gotta submit and like be approved, but we already had an Amazon storefront, so we got approved. Where you leave reviews for products that you have, and if someone watches the review and then buys the product, you get a small percentage. And so I just did 10 videos for that. Again, because we're just trying to get out of this situation we're in. And so this is another way that I'm trying to do that. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it doesn't also depend on like me trying to sell to our audience, which is nice because I feel sometimes like there's a lot of pressure in that. And so, yeah, I reviewed all sorts of random stuff that we have in our house, but hey, I like it. So here we go. Let's see if it works. This is an honest review. Here's an honest review of this is an honest review for the Vivo. This is an honest review. And this is my honest review. And this is my honest review. And this is my honest review. What's it like already having a tat at 9 years old?
Yeah.
One thing I've really noticed recently is that, especially since we've been doing this for so long, is that the social media world just like changes and changes again and changes again and changes again. And so there's this element of like, there used to be this like golden era of Instagram back before the algorithm really existed. Everything was in order, all this kind of stuff. And you'd post and all the people that chose to follow you would see it. It was wonderful and amazing. And business owners loved it. And that went away, obviously, with the algorithm and stuff. But it's almost gone beyond that now, where like, like there used to be this element of, oh, if I post, someone will buy something. Like that was almost like a guarantee, not completely, but there was an element of that existing. And so you're like, well, I'm going to post a ton of times a day. And that doesn't exist anymore. And so now it's like we just post or we make some content just so people literally have had a thought about us, like not in a weird way, I hope not, but like just that they're like, oh, Walk in Love exists. 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 Oh, Sunny Morrow exists. Oh, Sunny Morrow exists. Oh, Sunny Morrow exists. Maybe 2 weeks from now, I'm going to buy something, or a month from now, or 6 months from now. And it's just it's different because I think if you've been doing it long enough, like we have, there's this element of just like, why isn't it like it used to be? And you really have to let that go. But there is an element of just like, man, that was so nice. I didn't realize how nice that was until it's gone. Because like I just made a piece of content sharing new music, and it's like that does, you know, I hope it adds value to people. I hope people like the playlist that we have and enjoy it, and they think about us when they listen to it and stuff like that. But you know, there's this element of like that post purchase equation doesn't exist anymore, especially this year, but even in the last few years. And so it's just an interesting like observation and thing that it's like, okay, what are we gonna do to, you know, increase sales, hit this goal, this kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just interesting. I love the 0.5 lens on the iPhone. I wish there was one on the front because I love it so much. I don't love that I can't see my shot. I hope it's okay. What I'm working on right now, which will be interesting because these videos are going to be a week behind real life because I don't want to put the pressure on myself to shoot and edit the video and release it on Friday. So the first week of my 39th year will be actually the second week of my 39th year when it comes out, which is great. It gives me some time to like kind of think about it. But anyways, what I'm working on right now is I've been doing for the last 9 weeks these like voiceover kind of minute long devotional / just kind of things I've been thinking about, encouragements, inspirational type stuff. And they've done really well. Not all of them, but some of them have really popped off, which has been great. And it's honestly been the first time in like, I don't know, years that we've actually like seen a nice increase in followers. Does that turn into sales all the time? Not necessarily. Again, sort of what I was talking about earlier, that just like the Instagram social media world has drastically changed over the last few years. It's much more entertainment based and less like, I want to follow someone to learn about that person. You mostly just like log in to just see what it's going to show you, which makes it really challenging for brands and businesses. Because now we have to turn into like pseudo entertainment companies, but also we want to sell you products. Anyways, the Little Friday videos have done really well. So I'm about to write a next one. I think, and you may have seen it by the time this video comes out. I think I want to write it about like basically what I try to do every week is have like what is the Lord putting on my heart? What do I want to encourage people in? Sometimes it's about being dads. There have been ones about like Brooke. There's been one about faith. They're kind of all over the board. It's mostly just like what in the week, throughout the week, is just like percolating. And for me, the phrase that's been percolating this week, especially because like I turned 39, is like the best of your fill in the blank is not behind you. And what I've been feeling that with since I moved to Maui and found one of the best gyms I've ever been a part of, the Gym Maui, McKenna Performance, is that my best physical fitness is not behind me. And that is 100% something that I used to believe wholeheartedly. And so I want to encourage people this week, so I'm about to start writing, to realize that and to like find some sort of physical activity that like allows them to like become the healthiest version of themselves, the strongest, the version that can run the longest, like whatever the metric is. For me, it's strength. I want to be able to lift heavy things. And I've lifted heavier things in my late 30s than I ever did in my 20s, late 20s, early 20s, teens, whatever. And it's been really like inspiring and encouraging, especially amidst a time where like my confidence is a little shaky because of other factors in my life. So I'm gonna start writing that, and just wanted to encourage you that your best physical fitness might not be behind you. It doesn't have to be behind you. If you want to be diligent about exercising, be diligent about eating well, be diligent about your sleep. There are some huge things that can happen to you physically, which like you might think is out of reach, because I've seen them happen to me over the last like 2 years. So time to write. Side note here. So when I say those videos have done well, I mean they've done really kind of spectacularly well for us. This account's reach is crazy for us. Normally we don't reach nearly that many accounts. So we're almost at 1 million in the last 30 days. One of my goals I set for myself is to get to 1 million, which is why I've been really consistent. Now, do I wish that all of these 1 million people bought something? That would be amazing. And all my problems would be solved. No, I'm just kidding. But that's really cool. And so like, it's again, just like an encouragement to me and to you, if you do content that like, let me see. Let me go to see all here, see if this will load. That like, some of them might pop off. Let me go 90 days, and then that really shows. Come on. Like they aren't all winners. Like this one obviously went crazy. This one went pretty crazy. All these did really well. And then these are like mid-tier, but the fact that they're sort of like all building together has really helped us reach more people, which has been really, really cool. Whoa, good hit. Whoa, mega kick. Cool days. So many new shirts just showed up that I'm so stoked about. Today's project is moving from MailChimp, which we've been with for many, many years, to Klaviyo from an email email marketing standpoint. Shopify and MailChimp aren't friends. So Klaviyo is better friends with Shopify. So today I'm going to transfer everything, which is so fun. I'm excited about it. Really, I'm excited about it. Okay, here we go. It's the end of week 1, the birthday week. First week of 39. No real change in terms of the goal of getting back on track. Just to put something in perspective for you. Okay, so I'm going to do our sales from this week, from the birthday sale, which again, the birthday sale wasn't really about like making this mass amount of profit. It was, extremely discounted. We didn't have a lot to take home from the discount, but it was a way just to like celebrate and honor our customers. And, my hope was to give people who might be struggling financially, but want a t-shirt, like an opportunity to buy one. So like, the goal was not like this, like, oh, this is going to get us all back on track. Secretly, deep down, do I hope for that? Yes, all the time. But with realistic expectations. So just to give you like a perspective on how drastically things have changed from the last few years. The amount of sales we did for this whole week, I could even do it for the whole month. So for the whole month, when we were launching collections during COVID, when people were stuck at home, we would do what we've done for this whole month in less than an hour, which felt insane back then. And now I'm realizing how actually insane it was. But there's this element of that that's just like, okay, you end up as a business owner or entrepreneur, someone who's just like trying to figure things out. And you do this in other areas of life, as a parent, as a husband, all these areas of life where you're just like, what changed? And am I failing? can I do something better? Like, what if we tried? Like, you go through all these emotions because you're like, how can the amount of sales we do in almost half a month, over half a month, almost a full month, we used to do in like 30 minutes? And is there something that we can, and I think there was like what I'm realizing now over and over again as we've kind of gotten further and further away from those collections is that was the anomaly, and now we're much more back to reality. But that's hard. It's still hard to like, you want to unlock some sort of special sauce that you had, but I'm realizing that like I can't. And so I have to be okay with that. I have to learn to be okay with that. I have to like manage my expectations so drastically now, and just adjust, test, measure, adjust, move on, try new things. So as far as the week goes, not really any change in terms of like what I'm trying to do before I reach 40, but it was still a great week. Celebrated the birthday, which was super fun. Did the birthday workout, which is like a CrossFit thing. As you attend a CrossFit gym for a long period of time, you end up like being able to like make up your own workout for your birthday, which is super fun, very community oriented. Love that. Yeah, just kind of had a normal week outside of that. I started the Amazon thing to try to, generate some outside, more passive income, because like all I have to do is upload the videos and then they just do the work for me, hopefully. So again, I've made $9.51, so nothing to write home about, but every little bit helped. So that was good. But overall, just like a really great week. We're still finishing up homeschool because we kind of had some delays throughout the year. So the girls and Brooke have been working on that. I have been teaching a lot this year, but this week I didn't teach it all. Brooke kind of handled it all. We got new shirts in this week, which we're going to work on launching next week. But overall, pretty great week. Super feeling like I got to just keep trusting the Lord. I got to keep trusting him, leaning into him, believing that no matter what trial I have, that he is good, and good doesn't always equal comfortable, which is a lesson I feel like I've been learning this year. So here is what I'm working on. We're ordering the birthday tees that people ordered, but I'm going to add on this sweatshirt in the It As Well, the sweatshirt in the Be Kind, and then we had a vote for what we should bring back, and these two are at the top, so I'm going to add those two onto stock inventory sometime in July. What is this needle called?
Shabbat.
And what does Shabbat mean?
To cease.
And what does Shabbat start?
Sabbath.
And what is Sabbath?
The day of rest.
And who gave us the day of rest?
God did.
And why did he give it to us?
Because he loves us.
Who are we? We are a family
that loves Jesus, works hard,
gives freely, seeks rest, chooses joy, and walks in love.
Yeah. What do you say now?
Rest fit.
Yeah!